Okay, so here's the video that I got from our fitting session in Mississauga. I'm going to show you the swing first and then talk about what I'm noticing, and then from what I'm noticing, what I'm going to recommend. So the first piece is here's your golf swing. I'll play it for us here. You do have a pretty good swing, great range of motion, and you hit some pretty good balls. So if I take a look at what we've got over here, drawn some lines and just to give us a frame of reference here. So stance alignment, making your ball flight line right over here to where this flag is. I've drawn some red dots here to show where your knee is, where your hip is, shoulder, your neck to show your spine angle, where your head is. I'm not sure what this one is over here, that one is over there. But then the yellow dots here are the golf ball. So if I were just to take a look at how you're making this motion, I would see that as you take the club back, it gets a little bit underneath, underplane. How can I explain that? Right here, you can see how the club head just stays underneath that line, and the club head at this stage of the game right down here should be on the line. It should keep its way up, and that's just making it rhythmic. It's going to be bending or leaving the ground the fastest, and then the hands hinge up a little bit, and the arms move, and the chest moves. So we just want to see if we can find a way to get that club head up a little faster. So as you get it to the top here, I think that because the club head went so low, your great range of motion here with the hips and your great turn with the knees and a good turn with the chest, but you're limited in terms of your height because you brought it in so underneath you just got stuck. Alternatively, if you brought it way up above, instead of being down here, but you took it up here, you'd probably have the biggest range of motion like a John Daly. But your downswing, your arms and your body work really well together. You can see you deliver this club really well back on plane. You hit it pretty solid, and you can see here through your release, you got a little bit lower with your head, lower with your body. But I think that's all just a cause or a symptom of how you're coming into this golf ball right here. The biggest thing that I notice is a fantastic posture, but just a very, very weak left hand. So I'm going to make a recommendation on a grip change when we get to see each other, just to get you to deliver this golf club back to the ball a little bit better. As you can see, this ball started left of your target line and then ended up ultimately fading back to the right. So this would be classified as a pull cut. And the only way you can hit a pull cut is if you swipe the club across the target line with an open face. It's a good shot with short irons, but not very good with the long clubs. So if we just rewind this back real quick, the adjustment that I'm going to talk about with the grip is something that we'll do in person. But if I take a look at your alignment, I could show shoulders aligned, say 77 degrees in that direction. If I do the same thing with your feet, it's pretty close. It's not too far off. But I think that with that grip alignment, we're going to see a little bit more of your left shoulder, and I think that it's going to square your shoulders up with your feet. I think the shoulders being open, caused from the grip, is what's creating this pull cut. So if we can really just get a better understanding of how to hold on to that club, more in the fingers, classified maybe as a strong grip, it's going to give you more wrist hinge at the top. It's going to give you the ability to keep the club head on the plane line on the way up right here, but then through the golf ball, it's going to give you a chance to have a little more shaft lean. You're going to have a little more range of motion in your wrist to get a little taller, so you didn't have to drop down a little bit as you came into the golf ball. From here, you'll be taller, the club will release a little bit better, and you won't be so bunched up right here. I think that's it's a stuck position, but we can see your body's completely rotated. So that'll free that up. So when we get a chance to meet up, we're going to have a little bit of a grip talk and a little bit of an early hinge talk to get that club a little bit higher, a little bit deeper, create a little more speed and some better